Kikuyu here, Kikuyu there, we all like to blame certain tribes when tribal cards are played. But today I want to share with you 10 facts that can make Kenyans not to elect Ruto again in 2027 or vote for him. And it will have nothing to do with the so-called Kikuyu tribe or any other tribes, but just pure facts. A few days ago, I made a video of how Ruto exposed Kikuyus, and they were allegedly stealing votes, and it got a lot of views, and the supporters of Ruto were very happy. But let me tell you these 10 facts, and let's see if this video will go viral and comment and praise Ruto again. When you realize that Kikuyus are really not the problem in Kenya, that they are really genuine people, and some people are playing the tribal card here, and I will be telling you these 10 facts from the top of my head. I won't even show you videos from other people as usual, but rather straight from my head without even looking away once. And that's how much you know that it is straightforward. Na ni kitu kila mtu anaona, but still in the comment section, you will hear some people saying it is Kikuyu this, it is Kikuyu that, or blame some other things instead of hitting the nail on the head. Now, before I start, don't forget to subscribe and share and you know all this. So now let's begin. Number one, the cost of living is killing us. Let's be honest. Life under Ruto's government has become unbearable for the average Kenyan. Everything is expensive. Unga is sky high, fuel breaking records, electricity bills. Even when you switch off everything, tokens vanish in minutes. And while the president tours foreign countries in private jets and dines with billionaires, Mama Mboga in Gikomba can't even afford cooking oil. A whole government promised immediate relief, but gave us nothing but pain. Are you better off than you were in 2022? Is this the change we voted for? How much longer can we survive like this? Number two, empty promises and loud lies. Ruto sold us a dream, a big dream. He said the hustler nation will rise. He said young people will get jobs. He said Mama Mboga will get loans. He said no one will be left behind. But what did we get? A government of billionaires for billionaires. The only people doing well are the same ones who are already rich, the ones now circling government tenders like vultures. Meanwhile, you, the voter, are still broke, still jobless, and still struggling. Where is the bottom-up economy? Who has seen it? Have you benefited from anything President William Ruto promised you? Number three, we are being taxed to death under this regime. Under this regime, breathing might be taxed next. They tax fuel, food, airtime, and even your salary before it reaches your pocket. And when you protest, they call you misled. They say you are ungrateful. Ungrateful for what? Suffering? Young people with no jobs are being taxed for houses they will never live in. Meanwhile, MPs and ministers ride around in a fuel guzzlers paid by you. Is this fair? Why are the poor paying for the rich to enjoy life? Who is protecting the average Kenyan from this economic assault? Number four, blood on their hands. The government didn't just ignore the cries of the people. It silenced them with bullets. Peaceful protesters, mostly young and unarmed, were met with tear gas, beating, and even live ammunition. What kind of government kills its own children just for holding placards? These are the same youth they once called hustlers. Now they are labeled criminals for demanding justice. How many more must die for this government to listen? Is this democracy or a dictatorship hiding behind a ballot box? And number five, let's talk about the debt. Begging and selling the country every week. Ruto boards a plane and flies out to beg for money. But ask yourself, where does that money go? Because we don't see new hospitals, better schools, or affordable food. Instead, we see shady deals and massive debts we didn't agree to. Our children will be paying for loans used to build private palaces and fund campaigns. We are literally selling Kenya piece by piece to China, the likes of US, and whoever is willing to write a check in Kenya for sale. Why will future generations suffer because of today's greed? Number six, selling our children's and our inheritance. They are secretly privatizing everything. Ports, hospitals, power, water, public companies that belong to you, the citizen, even the airport, are being handed over to their friends and foreign companies. And when we ask questions, they hide behind paperwork and fake laws. Soon you will have to pay to breathe. Soon you will have, to pay to breathe Kenyan air. Our country is being looted in broad daylight, and they are calling it development. Who gave them the right to sell what belongs to all of us? How long before you are paying taxes to foreign billionaires? Number 7. Same old corruption, just a new suit. Ruto came into power pretending to be different. He said he was an outsider, a hustler, a man of the people. But today, the only difference between him and the corrupt leaders before him is that he talks more in church. His allies are swimming in tenders, corruption scandals, and stolen cash. Meanwhile, whistleblowers disappear or die. He promised to jail the corrupt. Instead, he invited them to a state house. The likes of President William Ruto, Uhuru, who was in the State House, juzi. Is this an anti-corruption warrior we were promised? Or just another politician in sheep's clothing? Number 8, even his strongholds are turning against him. Go to Rift Valley, go to Mount Kenya, go to the same places that shouted Ruto, Ruto in 2022. What did you see? Frustration, betrayal, anger, youths are still jobless, farmers are being cheated, and small traders are being crushed by tax and harassment. The very people who carried to State House are now wondering, why did we even vote? If even his own people are tired, what makes him think the rest of the country is still on his side? Number 9, and this is the worst, divide and rule politics. From day one, Ruto has governed with a tone of war. Us versus them. Us versus them, hustlers versus dynasties, poor versus rich. His speeches are not about uniting the country. They are about pointing fingers and blaming others. While Kenyans are suffering, the president is busy attacking the opposition, the media, and even the youth on social media. We need leadership, not lectures. Unity, not insults. How can a divided country move forward? Why is the president fighting Kenyans instead of fighting poverty? And number 10, and maybe lastly, Gen Z will be his biggest nightmare. Gen Z has woken up and they are angry. They are fearless, organized, informed. They don't care about tribe. They don't worship politicians. They just want a country that works. And this government underestimated them. But Gen Z has shown they are not afraid to challenge the system. They are the storm. They are the future. Will Gen Z be the ones who finally bring real change? Maybe. If the youths are not safe, what future does this country have? Now, the brutal truths no one wants to ask. How much longer will you stay silent while your children go to bed hungry in a country that brags about trillion shilling budgets? How many times will you clap for leaders who don't even know the price of unga? How can you smile at the president flying in private jets while you beg for bus fare? Why are you still being taxed for a house you will never live in? While cabinet secretaries buy mansions in Runda, who decided your suffering was acceptable? And why are you agreeing with them? Why is every protest called a crime, yet stealing public money is just called politics? When did poverty become your normal? When did hopelessness become legal? Time to wake up. Why are you funding a government that kills its own children for demanding food and freedom? Why are they jailing students but protecting billionaires with offshore accounts? Why does every scandal go silent but your pain gets louder every day? When you cry, who listens? When you bleed, who is accountable? How can a government promise to uplift hustlers but ends up choking them with taxes and lies? Why are our mothers crying in hospitals without medicine while MPs get medical cover abroad? How long will you be fooled by Bible verses and empty speeches? Is this really what freedom looks like? Kenyans, wake up. 2027 is not just election. It is a rescue mission. If you sit back and let the same greedy, recycled thieves back into office, then you deserve every tear, every hunger, pang, and every funeral that follows. Stop clapping for your oppressors. These people have drained your dignity, looted your future, and silenced your children with bullets. It's time to throw out the entire rotten system. No more voting for the loudest liar or the richest thief. In 2027, don't vote with your tribe. Vote with your pain, your anger, your truth. Choose new faces, young voices, and clean hands. Your vote is your only weapon. And if you waste it, again, don't cry when the next 5 years becomes a hell for you. Now that I have told you everything, that 10 points, even at once, sijangalia hivi kando, I told you everything from the top of my head. Now tell me, you as the average Kenyan and the ordinary Kenyan, umeona mahali nimetaja Kikuyu hapa? No, inamaanisha every part of Kenya has the same problem, are facing the same problem. You know, the politicians and every politician's repercussion of his actions are the same. Sasa tumeelewana? Now, please stop blaming Kikuyu or Somalis or Luos, or it doesn't matter, you know, which tribe it is. We are 42 tribes in this country. Kenya as a whole, iko na 42 tribes. So let's not blame each other, especially the young people aged between 18 to 35. Please, chukua ID yako. Come 2027. We don't want even to kwenda maandamano and all this stuff. Come 2027, let's make sure we vote these people out. Hatutaki historia out. Yes, let's get new faces, new people. You know? Maybe tukionana kwa njia, maybe a politician ikimuuliza, you know, I want a job. Maybe atanipea because he's a good leader elected. Maybe when I see a politician, instead of insulting me, naweza mwambia shida yangu, nimwambie mama yangu, unajua nyumba imebomoka, shida ni hivi na hivi, and he can help it, you know, out. So let's be very, very, very serious come 2027. Get IDs mapema, get upate kura yako, uvote mapema. 6 in the morning, kila mtu aende nyumbani. Na Gen Zs, nyinyi pia msimame, tafadhali sana. You know, if you are educated, we will campaign for you for free. Come 2027, wewe simama, tusema tunataka MCA ya area yenu. Bishana na huyu mzee mwenye anasimama. Who knows? People are tired. Maybe you will get. You don't even have to campaign. You know, it's very ripe. Yes. So anyway, tuache historia ya Kikuyu hapa, Kikuyu huko, nini, na ujue who your real enemy is.